So I don't know if you've noticed this. Bo Nix is really good right now. I know it's preseason. I know it's just preseason. But I said this Friday. Top 3 quarterbacks taken have defensive coaches. He has Sean Payton. Defensive coach or next to Andy Reid, arguably the best offensive coach in football. Think it matters for a young quarterback? 61 college starts. Are you watching this kid? He is tearing it up. I know what you're saying. Colin, you can't judge the preseason. Timeout. Timeout. You going to tell me, all you fanboys for Dak Prescott, after one preseason game, you were like, get Tony Romo out of here. Remember that game at the Coliseum in L.A.? You literally made a decision, Super Bowls to follow. I do think you can see overwhelmed very quickly. You can see bad mechanics, anxiety from a quarterback very quickly. You can see when somebody's got it. Bo Nix has it. This is a fit. And again, I think J.J. McCarthy, with an offensive coach and good weapons, would have excelled. He's out for the year. But Penix has a defensive coach. Caleb, defensive coach. Drake May, defensive coach. Jaden Daniels, defensive coach. Bo Nix got arguably the second best offensive coach in this league with good weapons, and they brought Troy Franklin, his best college receiver, with him, and Mims, and Cortland Sutton, and 2-3 backs who are capable. O-line, not terrible. Left tackle's good. I'm just telling you, I'm watching this, and I know it's preseason, but you can see lost very quickly. You know, I'm watching Justin Fields' career. It didn't take long to go, man, he doesn't see. Zach Wilson's a great example. You could see very quickly he doesn't see the field. There's open guys. Bo Nix sees it. And that arm strength is way better than he got credit for. Zipping that puppy in there.
Okay. There's a few things I want to talk about. And then I have another clip that I want to play for you with Collinsworth, talking to Colin about none other than Bo Nix. Now, this is an interesting clip for a few reasons. Colin has been high on Bo Nix. He really has. I've obviously been high on Bo Nix as well. And so I feel like Colin is honestly one of the only few people like in the media that's actually like, you know, Bo Nix, Sean Payton, that can be legit. It's interesting to me, though, that he's now saying that Sean Payton is the second to only Andy Reid in terms of offensive head coaching. And if memory serves me correctly, because he did like a top 10 coaching, and I don't think he had Sean Payton number 2. I think Sean Payton was still top 10, but I don't remember where he had him. So if you do, let me know. I made a video about it, but I just for the life of me right now, I don't remember where he had him. So he's obviously like really, really back on that hype train of Sean Payton. And Sean Payton, I talked about this before, that Sean Payton he gets a lot of hate recently. He's never really been able to bounce back reputationally from the whole Bounty Gate and all of that. And so a lot of fans, newer fans, you know, fans that weren't maybe as strong of a football fan before that, right? Like I think maybe like newer fans who are coming into the league, learning about all these coaches, players, all that, when they hear about who Sean Payton is, it kind of like automatically colors who they think he is as a coach. As well as he only won the one Super Bowl. People see that as like, you know, a failure these days. But the truth is that whether you want to admit that Sean Payton is second to Andy Reid, this next level elite offensive genius, you can't deny that he is an unbelievably great offensive head coach. It just can't be denied. It just can't be denied. Winning in the NFL is brutally difficult. Winning Super Bowls in the NFL is brutally difficult. So many things need to happen. It's very real possibility that Patrick Mahomes himself and Andy Reid himself could only have one Super Bowl. If a few things didn't go their way, they win one Super Bowl, right? It's just the way how it goes. So you can't just live and die by the absolute pure outcome, you know, whether you win a Super Bowl or not, whether you're going to endless NFC or AFC championship games or not. Obviously, it's part of, the analysis, the resume, but it's more than that. You have to really look at how each individual season unfolded, and if you come up short, what is the reason why? And people want to act like Sean Payton is what held back the Saints and Drew Brees, and it's just not accurate. And so, to me, the reason why I'm saying all this is because you can't deny that he is an unbelievably great coach, whether you like him or not, and you're now having Bo Nix there with him. That is going to just be such potential to have such an insane connection between the two of them. I mean, people were laughing at Sean Payton and the Broncos for saying that Bo Nix was their guy, that they wanted Bo Nix, that Bo Nix was at the top. And people were like, yeah, right. You're reaching, this is made up. They're just trying to talk him up, and it's just, we can see why. Bo Nix is doing exactly what Sean Payton wants. And he's already doing what Russell Wilson was proving unable to do. Just look at what Russ has done for the Steelers. And don't act like the Broncos have this stacked roster. Right? It's not like that, oh, well, of course Bo Nix is going to play good because of X, Y. No, Bo Nix is a better quarterback right now in 2024 and is with a better coach. I mean, that's just the way it goes. So I just think the future is so bright for the Denver Broncos right now. And I think it could happen a lot faster than people think. And I want to mention the whole preseason thing again, because you have this idea. And again, using Dak Prescott as an example, I don't think is the best idea. Because I'm sure a lot of people will be like, yeah, well, what has Dak Prescott won? So you're just kind of potentially giving more fuel to the people who want to doubt Bo Nix. But obviously, Dak Prescott has proven to be a really, really, really good quarterback. And I think if he had an elite head coach, he could even make him probably a great quarterback. But that aside, again, the way how Bo Nix has been succeeding in preseason is not because he's taking advantage of second and third stringers. You can see the poise. You can see the confidence. You can see the decisions that he's making. You can see, like Colin said, he's not overwhelmed. That has nothing to do with second or third string, playing against, non-starters. Nothing to do with that. Truly. So, it's one thing if his receivers were just burning, coverage, if it was blown coverage, if he was taking advantage of some of those things, then I could understand. Having all day in the pocket to throw because they just can't get to him, then I could understand. You could say, well, listen, anyone can succeed in that situation. But that's not the case. What Bo Nix is doing is what a lot of other quarterbacks are being faced against, and they're not picking apart the defenses like he's doing. They're not making the throws like he's doing. They're not moving around in the pocket comfortably and competently like he is. That's the difference. And again, look no further than what Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, for that matter, has done in those preseason games. And then look at what Justin Fields has done. Heck, look at some of the throws that Caleb Williams has made. I mean, Caleb Williams has had some amazing highlights. I am not anti-Caleb. I think Caleb's going to be great. But you can still see some of the moments where you're like, that wasn't so great. And yet people are unconditionally praising him. And yet, for Bo Nix, people are still going out of their way to try to pull him down. And honestly, at this point, I'm all for it. I really am. It actually kind of makes me a little excited, the fact that more and more people are hating Bo Nix, because now it kind of feels like you're on this train, you're on this ride early, and it does feel good. I'm never trying, I always say this, as I think I'm progressively losing my voice. I'm never trying to be the first person to say anything. That's not me. I don't care, honestly. I confess it is fun when you do get something right early and you get to say, I told you, but that's not really whatever I try to do. But it does feel like Bo Nix, so many people outside of probably Denver Broncos fans are so anti Bo Nix in the media, other fans. And it was only growing, quite frankly. And it just seems like this is going to be one of those great moments where it's like, sure. And then when Bo Nix is playing great, I think you're going to continue to have people still say he's not great, like they do with Josh Allen, like they do with Joe Burrow. So it's going to be that constant proving other people wrong, which can always be fun to be part of. Now, I said I was going to play another clip. This video is already going longer than I had originally anticipated, so I'm going to just make another video with it. It's like a short clip interview with Chris Collinsworth, and I just kind of want to maybe talk about that separately rather than turn this video into like a 20-minute video, because I feel like then it can kind of get a little long. So that's all I got for you today, but those are just my thoughts. I would absolutely love to hear yours. Were you impressed so far with what Bo Nix is doing in the preseason? And do you think Bo Nix is really set up for success with Sean Payton and Denver Broncos? Like, do you think this can happen a lot sooner? And if Bo Nix is legit, like, what do you think the realistic expectations are for the Denver Broncos this season? Playoffs, just missing the playoffs, next year, playoffs, winning division even? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I would absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.